Exercise 10.5 question number 7. If the diagonals of a cyclic quadrilateral are diameters of the circle through the vertices of the quadrilateral, prove that it is a rectangle. In this figure, ABCD is a cyclic quadrilateral and diagonals AC and BD of the cyclic quadrilateral are diameters of the circle, and we have to prove that this cyclic quadrilateral ABCD, whose diagonals AC and BD are diameters of the circle, is a rectangle. So let us write given that diagonals AC and BD of cyclic quadrilateral ABCD are diameters of the circle, and we have to prove that this cyclic quadrilateral ABCD is a rectangle. Since diagonal AC is diameter, it is given, since AC is a diameter, therefore angle ABC is an angle in a semicircle, and so it will be a right angle. Similarly, angle ADC is also an angle in semicircle, so it also will be a right angle. So therefore angle ABC is equal to 90 degrees and angle ADC equal to 90 degrees because angles in semicircle are right angle. Angles in a semicircle are right angles. So that's why angle ABC and angle ADC both are right angles. Similarly, BD is diagonal of the circle, BD is a diameter, therefore angle BAD is an angle in a semicircle, so it is right angle, and angle BCD is also an angle in a semicircle, so it also will be a right angle. So you can write angle BAD is equal to 90 degrees and angle BCD is equal to 90 degrees, as angles in a semicircle are right angles. Reason same for angle BAD and BCD are right angles. Angles in a semicircles are right angles. So angle ABC 90 degrees angle ADC 90 degrees, angle BAD 90 degrees, and angle BCD also 90 degrees. That means all four angles of cyclic quadrilateral ABCD are right angles. So angle ABC equal to angle BCD equal to angle BAD equal to angle ADC equal to 90 degrees. That is, all four angles of cyclic quadrilateral ABCD are right angles, and therefore ABCD is a rectangle. Hence proved. Question number 8. If the non-parallel sides of a trapezium are equal, then prove that it is cyclic. In this figure, ABCD is a trapezium whose non-parallel sides AD and BC are equal. So in this trapezium ABCD, AB is parallel to DC, one pair of opposite sides, and non-parallel sides AD and BC are given equal. So such a trapezium whose non-parallel sides are equal is called an isosceles trapezium. So in this question, this given trapezium ABCD with non-parallel equal sides is an isosceles trapezium, and we are going to prove that this trapezium ABCD with non-parallel sides are equal is cyclic trapezium. That is, four vertices of this trapezium lie on a circle. So given that AB is parallel to DC and non-parallel sides AD and BC are equal, so this trapezium ABCD is an isosceles trapezium. And in the chapter of quadrilateral, you have already proved in an isosceles trapezium ABCD in which non-parallel sides AD and BC are equal, angle A is equal to angle B and angle C is equal to angle D. And how will you prove that this trapezium ABCD is cyclic? What mathematical result we are going to show which will prove that this trapezium ABCD will become a cyclic? We are trying to prove that angle A plus angle C is equal to 180 degrees, because in a quadrilateral, if sum of opposite angles is 180 degrees, then quadrilateral is cyclic. So here, if we can prove that sum of any one pair of opposite angles is 180 degrees, then this trapezium ABCD will become cyclic. So since this trapezium ABCD is an isosceles trapezium, that is, in this trapezium non-parallel sides are equal, and therefore we have already proved that angle A is equal to angle B and angle C is equal to angle D. This result we have proved before, so you can refer proof of this part from previous chapter of quadrilaterals. So we have got this result: angle A is equal to angle B and angle C is equal to angle D. In this trapezium ABCD, AB is parallel to DC and BC is as transversal. AB is parallel to DC and BC is as transversal. Therefore, angle B plus angle C is equal to 180 degrees. They form a consecutive pair of angles and consecutive pair of angles are supplementary. So angle B plus angle C is equal to 180 degrees because AB parallel to DC and BC is transversal, intersecting a pair of parallel sides AB and DC. So angle B equal to angle C, and here we have got angle A equal to angle B. So therefore we can have angle A plus angle C is equal to 180 degrees. So one pair of opposite angles A and C, and here sum of one pair of opposite angles A and C we are deriving equal to 180 degrees. Similarly, we can also prove that angle B plus angle D is equal to 180 degrees. Similarly, we can prove that angle B plus angle D is equal to 180 degrees. That means in this given trapezium ABCD, in which non-parallel sides AD and BC are equal, we are able to prove that sum of opposite angles are supplementary, and therefore this trapezium ABCD is going to be cyclic. So based on this, angle A plus angle C equal to 180 degrees, that is sum of opposite angles A and C 180 degrees, and sum of opposite angles B and D is 180 degrees. We can conclude that this trapezium ABCD is cyclic. So hence trapezium ABCD is cyclic. Hence proved. Now question number 9. Two circles intersect at 2 points B and C. Through B, line segments ABD and PBQ are drawn to intersect the circles at points A, D, P and Q respectively. Prove that angle ACP is equal to angle QCD. In this given figure, two circles intersect at points B and D as shown here. Through point B, two line segments ABD and PBQ are drawn to intersect the circles at points A, D, P and Q respectively, and we have to prove that angle ACP is equal to angle QCD. Through B. Two line segments ABD and PBQ intersect, or we can say pass through. Therefore, angle ABP and angle QBD both will be vertically opposite angles, and therefore they will be equal. So we can go like this: line segments ABD and PBQ intersect at B. Therefore, angle ABP is equal to angle QBD. Reason we can write, they are vertically opposite angles, and vertically opposite angles when two lines or line segments intersect at a point are always equal. That is why angle ABP and angle QBD, they are forming a pair of vertically opposite angles, and therefore they are equal. Now you can see angle ABP and angle ACP. You can see in the figure, angle ABP and angle ACP, they are angles in the same segment, and therefore they will be equal. Now angle ABP and angle ACP are angles in the same segment. Angles in the same segment. Therefore, angle ABP is equal to angle ACP. Angles in the same segment are equal. Similarly, angle QBD, you can see in the figure, angle QBD and angle QCD, they are also angles in the same segment formed by the arc DQ. Angle QBD and angle QCD are angles in the same segment. And therefore, angle QBD is equal to angle QCD. Now you can see here, ABP is equal to angle QBD. ABP is equal to angle ACP and QBD is equal to angle QCD. We can write this as number 1. This we can write number 2, and this we can write number 3. So from 1, 2 and 3 we can see angle ACP is equal to angle QCD. From 1, 2 and 3 we get angle ACP is equal to angle QCD, hence proved. Now question number 10. If circles are drawn taking two sides of a triangle as diameters, prove that the point of intersection of these circles lie on the third side of the triangle. In this figure, ABC is a triangle. Taking two sides AB and AC as diameters, two circles are drawn and these two circles intersect at point P. We have to prove that this point of intersection of two circles, that is point P, lies on the third side BC of the triangle ABC. To prove this result, let us join AP as shown in this figure. AB is diameter of the first circle. AB is a diameter and we have joined AP. So therefore angle APB is equal to 90 degrees, because AB is diameter and angle APB is an angle in semicircle APB, therefore it will be 90 degrees. So region we can write angle in a semicircle is a right angle. AC is diameter of another circle. AC is a diameter therefore angle APC also is an angle in a semicircle APC of another circle with AC as diameter, therefore angle APC is also a right angle. So we can write angle APC is equal to 90 degrees. Region we can write angle in semicircle is a right angle. Therefore see angle APB is equal to 90 degrees, angle being in semicircle, and angle APC also equal to 90 degrees because it's an angle in semicircle APC. Therefore if you add up angle APB and angle APC, we have angle APB plus angle APC equal to 90 degrees plus 90 degrees equal to 180 degrees. That is angle APB plus angle APC equal to 180 degrees. Now see in the figure, angle APB plus angle APC is equal to 180 degrees. That means angle APB and APC form a linear pair of angles. So this implies that angle APB and angle APC form a linear pair of angles. APB and APC, they are forming a linear pair of angles. Therefore, points B, P and C are collinear. Points B, P and C are collinears because angle APB and APC both form a linear pair of angles, and it is possible only when points B, P and C are collinear, which means that point P lies on BC, and this we can conclude that point P, which is point of intersection of two circles drawn with AB and AC as diameters, lies on BC. The third side of triangle ABC. Hence proved. Question number 11. ABC and ADC are two right triangles with common hypotenuse AC. Prove that angle CAD is equal to angle CBD. In this figure, ABC and ADC are two right triangles with common hypotenuse AC. We have to prove that angle CAD is equal to angle CBD. Angle ABC is equal to 90 degrees. It is given. We know that angle in a semicircle is always a right angle. That means if we have a right triangle and taking hypotenuse of that right triangle, we draw a circle, that circle will surely pass through the right vertex of the triangle. In this figure, ABC is a right angle 90 degrees. So triangle ABC is a right triangle. Taking AC as diameter, if a circle is drawn, that circle will surely pass through the vertex B of the triangle ABC. It is only because angles in the same segment are right angle. Angle B is 90 degree, that is angle ABC equal to 90 degree, already given. AC is hypotenuse of the triangle ABC. So if a circle is drawn taking AC as diameter, it will surely pass through the right vertex of the triangle ABC, that is point B. And it is because angle in semicircle is a right angle. So based on this ABC equal to 90 degree, we can say that a circle with AC as diameter will pass through right vertex B. Also, it is given that angle ADC is equal to 90 degrees because triangle ADC is right triangle. Therefore, we can write a circle with AC as diameter will pass through right vertex D. So a circle will pass through with AC as diameter will pass through the right vertex B. So obviously that circle will pass through the points A, B and C. And when AC is taken as diameter and circle is drawn, that circle will also pass through the right vertex B, means it will pass through the points A, C and D. In both the cases, AC is taken as diameter and AC for triangle ABC and for triangle ADC is the common hypotenuse. So from these two statements we can conclude that when a circle with AC as diameter is drawn, that circle will pass through the points A, B, C and D. Thus, a circle with AC as diameter will pass through the points A, B, C and D, and this concludes that points A, B, C and D are cyclic, and hence we can write that quadrilateral ABCD is a cyclic quadrilateral. Is a cyclic quadrilateral. Now let us join BD. BD is joined, and this, after joining BD, it is shown in the figure. Now see angle CAD, angle CAD and angle CBD. They are angles in the same segment. Angle CAD and angle CBD, they are the angles subtended by the same chord CD or the same arc CD at points A and B in the major segment. So angle CAD and angle CBD, they are angles in the same segment and therefore they will be equal. Angle CAD is equal to angle CBD. Angles in the same segment. are equal, and that is why angle CAD and angle CBD are equal, and this proves this question. Hence proved. Question number 12 is prove that a cyclic parallelogram is a rectangle. In this figure, ABCD is a cyclic parallelogram. It is a cyclic quadrilateral as well as a parallelogram, and we have to prove that the cyclic parallelogram ABCD shown in this figure is a rectangle. So let's write given ABCD is a cyclic parallelogram. And we have to prove that ABCD is a rectangle. Proof See, ABCD is a parallelogram. ABCD is a parallelogram. It is given. Therefore, angle A is equal to angle C. Opposite angles of a parallelogram are equal. Opposite angles of a parallelogram are always equal. So angle A is equal to angle C. Now ABCD is also cyclic. ABCD is also cyclic. And therefore angle A plus angle C is equal to 180 degrees, because the sum of either pair of opposite angles of a cyclic quadrilateral is 180 degrees. This is theorem 10.11. So we can write region, because sum of either pair of opposite angles of a cyclic quadrilateral is 180 degrees. That's why angle A plus angle C we have written is equal to 180 degrees. Now from 1 and 2 we can conclude that here angle A equal to angle C and their sum is 180. So each of these angles is a right angle. From 1 and 2 we get angle A equal to angle C equal to 90 degrees. Similarly, we can prove that angle B is equal to angle D and it is equal to a right angle. Similarly, we can prove that angle B is equal to angle D is equal to 90 degrees. Therefore, angle A is equal to angle B is equal to angle C is equal to angle D is equal to 90 degrees. That is, all four angles of this cyclic parallelogram ABCD are right angles. Hence, the cyclic quadrilateral ABCD is a rectangle. Hence, ABCD is a rectangle. Hence proved.